जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
आभार आप सभी का। अनुरोध आप सभी से कृपया अपना अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। नमस्कार देवियों सज्जनों, 18वें सिविल सेवा दिवस के अवसर पर आयोजित इस भव्य और महत्वपूर्ण आयोजन में हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन है माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति श्री CP राधाकृष्णन जी का। महोदय, हमारे लिए अत्यंत गौरव की बात है कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य की प्राप्ति में जब देश के सिविल सेवकों ने स्वयं को समर्पित किया है, ऐसे में आपकी गरिमामयी उपस्थिति और आपका मार्गदर्शन हमारी प्रेरणा बनेंगे, हमारे संकल्पों को और मजबूत करेंगे। वंदन अभिनंदन माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय का। इस अवसर पर मंच पर गरिमामयी उपस्थिति है प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय और कार्मिक लोक शिकायत एवं पेंशन मंत्रालय में राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी की। उनकी उपस्थिति के लिए भी उनका वंदन अभिनंदन। साथ ही स्वागत अभिनंदन माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय के प्रमुख सचिव डॉक्टर PK मिश्रा जी का और प्रमुख सचिव द्वितीय श्री शक्तिकांत दास जी का। मंच पर विराजमान डॉक्टर TB सोमनाथन जी कैबिनेट सचिव महोदय का भी स्वागत है। भारत सरकार के प्रशासनिक सुधार एवं लोक शिकायत विभाग की सचिव श्रीमती निवेदिता शुक्ल वर्मा जी की भी यहाँ उपस्थिति है। देवियों सज्जनों, आज यहाँ दिल्ली में विज्ञान भवन के इस प्लेनरी हॉल में उपस्थित वरिष्ठ अधिकारियों और सिविल सेवकों के साथ साथ वर्चुअल मोड में देश भर से सिविल सेवा के अधिकारी इस कार्यक्रम के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। उन सब का भी हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन है इस आयोजन में। 18वें सिविल सर्विसेज डे की 18वें सिविल सेवा दिवस की आप सभी को हार्दिक बधाई, शुभकामनाएं। मैं निवेदन करूंगा डॉक्टर TB सोमनाथन जी कैबिनेट सचिव महोदय से कि वे इस अवसर पर स्वागत संबोधन के लिए पधारें। ऑनरेबल कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी।
Honorable Vice President of India, Honorable Minister of State, Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, Secretary, Department of Administrative Reforms, Public Grievances and Department of Pensioners and Pensioners Welfare, Srimati Nivedita Shukla Verma, esteemed members of the civil services, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you present here in Vigyan Bhawan, as well as those joining us virtually from across the country to the 18th Civil Services Day. Civil Services Day is not merely a ceremonial gathering. It is a moment for collective reflection, recognition, and reaffirmation of the values that define the public services in India. Exactly 79 years ago, on April 21st, 1947, addressing the first recruits to the Indian Administrative Service, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel said, and I quote, "The days when the service could be masters are over, and the officers must be guided by a real spirit of service." He laid down some key expectations for and from the civil services. He said, and I quote, "A civil servant cannot afford to and must not take part in politics, nor must he involve himself in communal wrangles. To depart from the path of rectitude in either of these respects is to debase public services and to lower its dignity. Similarly, No service worth the name can claim to exist if it does not have in view the achievement of the highest standard of integrity. Sardar Patel, visionary that he was acutely aware of the importance of empowering civil services to privately speak their mind to the elected executive. In his speech in the Constituent Assembly on the 10th of October 1949, he said, and I quote, "If you are a premier, it would be your duty to allow your secretary or chief secretary or other services working under you to express their opinion without fear or favor. But I see a tendency today that in several provinces, the services are set upon and told, no, you are servicemen, you must carry out our orders. The union will go. You will not have a united India if you have not a good all India service which has the independence to speak out its mind," unquote. He went on to say that he had told all his secretaries, quote, "If you do not give your honest opinion for fear that it will displease your minister, please then you had better go. I will bring another secretary. I will never be displeased over a frank expression of opinion," unquote. Individual officers may, from time to time, have fallen short of the very high ideals set out by Sardar Patel, but the basic ethos of a politically neutral civil service able to tender impartial and frank advice has endured. The civil services have played a vital role in preserving India's unity, integrity, and democracy. Maintenance of law and order and national security, collection of revenue, providing basic services, conducting free and fair elections, and ensuring that public accounts are kept properly and audited rigorously. These are some key functions of the civil services at the central, state, and local levels. While the core values set out by Sardar Patel are permanent and unchanging, governance needs to constantly evolve and improve and change with the times. The Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, has set us on a path to a Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047. Speaking at last year's Civil Services Day, he said, and I quote, "What we have achieved so far is commendable, but now we must achieve several times more than that. And amidst all this, we must always remember one thing. No matter how technology-driven the world becomes, we should never forget the importance of human judgment. Stay sensitive, listen to the voice of the poor, understand their pain, and make solving their problems your top priority," unquote. He went on to add, "Every time," quote, "every time you prioritize integrity over convenience, innovation over inertia, or service over status, you are moving the nation forward," unquote. In keeping with that spirit, today's theme for the Civil Services Day is Viksit Bharat, Citizen-Centric Governance and Development at the Last Mile. It reflects a deliberate shift in governance priorities. It reminds us that development must reach every district, every village, and every citizen, ensuring that no one is left behind. Before concluding, on behalf of all civil servants in the country, I want to extend a special word of welcome to the Honorable Vice President of India and thank him profusely for kindly consenting to grace this occasion. Thank you all, and Jai Hind.
आभार डॉक्टर टीबी सोमनाथन जी, कैबिनेट सचिव महोदय का। अब मैं अनुरोध करूंगा प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय और कार्मिक लोक शिकायत तथा पेंशन मंत्रालय में राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी से वे इस अवसर पर अपने संबोधन के लिए पधारें। माननीय डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी।
Honorable Vice President of India, our very respected through CP Radhakrishnan ji, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister of India, Dr. P.K. Mishra ji, Principal Secretary to Prime Minister Dr. Shaktikant Das ji, Cabinet Secretary Somanathan ji, Secretary DARPG Mrs. Nivedita Shukla Verma, Secretaries, Government of India, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I have to congratulate you for the 18th Civil Services Day, for which all of us have gathered here this morning. Somanathan ji was just now extensively quoting Sardar Patel. And yes, 79 years ago, while addressing the first batch of IAS officers, the then Home Minister had described civil services as the steel frame of governance, but at the same time also called upon them to reorient themselves to the requirements of a post-independence India. And it's true, much has evolved since then. The evolution still continues. In fact, the change had begun right at the moment of the midnight of freedom, when the district collector came to be known as District Development Commissioner. And the change in nomenclature was more than symbolic, because the collector in the colonial rule was expected to collect the revenue or collect the lagan for the empire, while the District Development Commissioner was expected to generate revenue for the welfare state. It's been a long journey, ladies and gentlemen, but over the last 12 years, ever since Prime Minister Modi took over, there has been a paradigm shift. A shift from individual delivery to institutionalized delivery. A shift from rule to role. A shift from administration-centric governance to citizen-centric governance. You will all recall, soon after he took over as Prime Minister, Modi ji has given us the mantra of maximum governance, minimum government. To simplify it in simple terms, I think it will be appropriate to say it translates into maximum transparency, maximum accountability, timeline discipline, a robust grievance redressal, so on and so forth. And the evidence of this came soon after. Within 3 months, the government was sworn in on the evening of 26 May 2014, and just in September or October, this ministry came out with orders doing away with a rule which I would say was a legacy or a dubious legacy of the British Empire, expecting the documents to be attested by the gazetted officer. And with that single order, ladies and gentlemen, a message was sent across the country that, look here, now we have a government, now we have a Prime Minister who has the capacity to trust the citizens of this country, to trust the youth of this country. And soon thereafter, speaking from the ramparts of Red Fort on the Independence Day, Prime Minister Modi advised abolition of interviews in the recruitment process in order to avoid the allegations of misappropriation happening. And I'm proud to say that the same ministry, in a fast-track exercise, completed the entire processes in just about 3 months, and from the 1st of January 2016, the interview was declared to be just qualifying. And ever since then, we have done away with as many as almost 2,000 rules which had either become obsolete with the passage of time or had lost relevance. I sometimes say in lighter vein, post-superannuation and post-term, many of us take pleasure in telling our children and grandchildren, look here, in my time, this rule came in, this legislation came in. But this government will have to take the pride of saying, look here, we did away with 2,000 rules. And therefore, if we look back, and now the reforms, or as the Prime Minister said, the Reform Express continues its journey. And I think one of the most prominent examples is that of the Civil Services Day that is being observed. The entire format, the face of it has undergone a change. It used to be more of a ceremonial program with a fellowship get-together. Now it is also accompanied with an academic feast, as you would have seen the spread out of the different sessions soon after this inaugural session. Similarly, the Prime Minister Excellence Awards were mostly based on the individual profiles of the district magistrates, the DMs. Now it is based on a competitive challenge with flagship programs determining the performance of the district. And the response has been so massive across the country in over 750 districts or so, that even if you go by figures in 2023, there were 1,216 applications or proposals. In 2024, 1,588. And the latest in 2025, it has gone up to 2,035, almost double the increase in just about 3 years, which means we were possibly on the right course. Similarly, it was this ministry, in fact, the DARPG, which also introduced the new initiative of having 3-month stint as assistant secretaries for those who pass out of the academy and before they join the respective state cadre. Similarly, also, we have one of the most unique programs called Mission Karmyogi. In a single sentence, a shift from rule to role so that the officer does not become a prisoner of the rule book given to him or handed over to him. And you'll be glad to know that the iGod platform has so far registered more than 88 lakh officials who upskilled themselves through more than 2,000 courses. And now we have also evolved to Mission Karmyogi Prarambh, which is handed over during the Rozgar Mela. There have been several success stories, ladies and gentlemen, which have received global acknowledgement. We are regularly receiving delegations of bureaucrats from Maldives, from Mauritius, from Bangladesh, from South Africa, coming here to emulate and study some of our best practices. One of them is CP grams, our grievance redressal. You'll be amazed when I tell you that in 2014, when this government came in, the total number of complaints per year being filed was just about 2 lakh. Today it's gone over to more than 25 to 30 lakh, or 12 or 13 times higher. And somebody in a lighter vein from the media asked me, does that mean that the number of complaints has gone up against the Modi government? I said, no, the answer to this was given 200 years back by a poet called Mirza Ghalib, who said, "Jab tawakko hi utha gaye Ghalib, kyon kisi ka gila kare koi." The complaint is filed, the grievance is filed where you expect a redressal and a timely redressal. We have been prompt, we have been responsive, we follow timeline, more than 95% disposal. Within the week, our disposal rate of the grievance was 60 days when this government came in. Today we have reduced to just about 12 days. And since it was AI-driven, we were among the first to have a hybrid model after the disposal of every complaint. The human being also talks to the complainant in order to give him some sort of a counseling, etc., and a human touch. And you'll be glad to know that 56 Commonwealth countries have now adopted this model on the recommendation of the Commonwealth Secretariat. And I'm glad at last that has invited an applause. For pensioners, for the ease of pension, they were subjected to an inhuman exercise of getting their life certificate from a doctor. The same ministry, after we came in, the biometry was introduced. And when it was realized that the lifespan of an average Indian had increased, we were among the first, perhaps, in the government sector to have introduced the face recognition technology. And I'm glad to say that even in 2024 alone, more than 40 lakh pensioners have used this new face recognition technology. And if you put together all the pensioners, centrals, state PSUs using the digital life, the number goes up to about 11 crore. We have also introduced the single pension form. Earlier there used to be 3 sets with different colors, one to go to the bank, other to be kept in the office, third to be deposited in the parent department, so on and so forth. In the age of online working, we thought it was not necessary, and it is this ministry again, sir, which has turned almost 90% of government working online, which is why there was not a single day's interruption during the COVID pandemic. The file journey has been reduced from level 8 to just about 3 or 4 levels. And the Ministry of Personnel has also, in the last 2-3 years, earned some of the international laurels. For example, this was the ministry which hosted the first ever, for the first time in India, an international conference of IIAS DARPG, and IIAS stands for International Institute of Administrative Services, with its headquarters in Brussels. For the first time, India was host through the same ministry and the Department of DARPG. And similarly, in the BRICS 20, we had a separate anti-corruption cell as well in the intervention. And overall, following the concept of the whole of government, we have the beautiful, successful story of the aspirational districts. I'm not going into the detail about that, and the direct benefit transfer. And therefore, encouraged and experienced by this newly acquired sense of esteem and a sense of confidence, the theme for this year was also coined, which is, as the Cabinet Secretary mentioned to you, Viksit Bharat, Citizen-Centric Governance and Development at the Last Mile. Now, this assumes a special relevance, particularly in the light of the new generation of IAS officers. 22 years hence, when India celebrates the 100th year of its independence, it is these young officers who will have the privilege, rather the destined privilege, because they are blessed with the privilege to hoist the Viksit Bharat tricolor on the 15th of August, 2047. And the theme, therefore, is dedicated to this lot whom we are handing over the baton. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
आभार डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी, माननीय मंत्री महोदय का। अब मैं विनम्रतापूर्वक अनुरोध करूंगा माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति श्री सीपी राधाकृष्णन जी से इस अवसर पर अपने शुभ संदेश के लिए पधारें, हम सबका मार्गदर्शन करें। ऑनरेबल वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया श्री सीपी राधाकृष्णन जी।
I touch and salute the holy feet of Bharata Mata, the most powerful and the most merciful. On the occasion of the 18th Civil Services Day, the dignitaries who are sharing the dais with me, the Principal Secretary to our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. P.K. Misra ji, Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Principal Secretary to Prime Minister, Sriman Sakti Ganda Das ji, Cabinet Secretary Dr. T.V. Somanathan ji, Secretary DARPG Ms. Nivedita Shukla Verma ji, and my dear officers from the civil services present here and connected virtually. Aap sabko namaskar. First and the foremost, I extend my best wishes to all the civil servants serving all over the Bharat and also your retired colleagues on the Civil Services Day. As we all know, planning can be done at Delhi, but the fruitful result in the remote village can come only when it is getting implemented in its real sense. That is where the civil service is predominantly playing the role. It has been 79 years since Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji, the first Home Minister of independent India, addressed the probationers of the administrative services in Delhi. In that address, Sriman Sardar Patel ji had referred to the civil servants as the steel frame of India. That means we are the real protectors of the interest of the people. Every batch of officers since then has proved time and again that they are indeed the steel frame of India, and you have been the backbone of the nation in India's journey towards progress and prosperity. As I said, that Delhi can plan. You take the aspiration districts. That is one of the good innovative program by the Honorable Prime Minister, because you know all well that if we take underdeveloped states, then the other state is telling that we are contributing more, why we should not get more. That is not really correct. In the state also, not all the districts are contributing the same. In the state also, some districts are contributing more and some districts are contributing less. But it is the responsibility of the state to take the care for every district. Like that, the central government also have to take the care for every state. We cannot neglect any state. We cannot allow a state to be underdeveloped forever. So this aspiration district program, in my opinion, is one of the best. And we are finding out, even within a very well-developed states also, there are many districts which are very underdeveloped. So the care has been taken up. But how? That is all in the interest of the district collector who is implementing all these schemes. He has to plan according to the ground reality of that district. Like that, Modi ji has said, one product, one district. That cannot be implemented from Delhi. That has to be implemented at the district level. By whom? Again, the collector. So, this year holds special significance as it is the 150th birth anniversary of Sri Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji. He is the Iron Man, the unifier of our country, and the father of the All India services. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji unified India politically, and as the architect of the civil services, he brought the nation together under a shared spirit of service and unity. This is the only service where you go, you migrate from your own home state to other state, and you live your whole life sometimes there. At least all of your service. Many of the civil service, IAS, IPSs are serving that state only. This is where the integration of the country is getting strengthened, and you are the greatest ambassadors in that. The step of Sardar Patel ji has enabled Bharat in its journey from colonial India to march towards a Viksit and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Bharat has achieved several milestones in the last decade. From nowhere, we become the 5th largest economy, and from 5th, we have moved towards the 4th largest economy, and I am sure soon we are going to be the 3rd largest economy of the world. Prime Minister Shriman Narendra Modi ji's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas. This should not be a slogan alone. It should be felt by every citizen in its real sense. To name a few developments in this one decade, what we have achieved under the leadership of our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, nearly 25 crore people have come out of the poverty. This is not an easy task. Over 4 crore houses have been built for the poor. We do understand still we have to go a long way. But unless we are very proud of our achievement, we cannot progress further with a lot of enthusiasm. A man needs always an appreciation to keep his energy to work, to recharge his energy to work. The border villages of the country are being developed as vibrant villages today. If you go to the northeast, you can easily find how the transport has been developed. And the connectivity is a must. Without connectivity, there cannot be any development. And again, women are leading the development of the country, supported by schemes such as Lekabadi Didis and Namo Drone Didis. We have taken any sector, be it infrastructure or health or education, Bharat now occupies a place of pride at the global level. The bridges which are coming up, the 4-way, 6-way, 8-way tracks coming up, that is all beyond the imagination of an ordinary Indian citizen a decade before. Their officers, as the true implementers of government decisions, your tireless dedication has been the major factor behind these achievements. But still, as I said, we have miles to go. Yes. We should not get satisfied what we have achieved, but we have to remember what we have achieved to keep ourselves moving forward. To move forward with more energy, we have to think about our achievements. But we should not get stopped there, or we should not become a stagnant force. It is a journey of development reaching the last mile. It is a vision of inclusive growth and development. I urge you all to continue the same level of commitment and integrity in implementing the government schemes so that the benefits truly reach those who need them the most. The poorest among the poor and their need has to be taken care. Whether the freebies, what we call, yes. We have to grow, we have to create wealth, and we have to serve the people who are in need. We should not include everybody. If you include everybody, then everybody will become the beneficiary, then the money will go out just like that. The real needy people should be helped, and that should be for motivating them to come up. By focusing on last mile delivery and staying responsive to the ground realities, you make governance more inclusive, more effective, and more impactful. That more impactful is a must. We should create an impact. If a scheme is getting implemented, that should create an impact among the society. Yes, our Honorable Prime Minister Shriman Narendra Modi ji has emphasized in the last year's address, civil servants have a profound responsibility in ensuring that no citizen is left behind. Meaningful change in any system demands both time and sustained effort. In this journey, it is important to maintain continuity and build upon the existing progress. Acknowledge the contributions of your seniors. Experience is the greatest teacher, and that will give you enormous knowledge. So listening to a senior is a must, and how they have achieved in their time, that we have to take into account. It is the steady accumulation of small efforts that creates lasting transformation. Adopt the best practices of your peers and colleagues. Adopt them thoughtfully to suit to your local realities for greater impact. By blending innovation with the deep understanding of ground realities, you will deliver better outcomes and emerge as an effective and respected civil servant. Dear officers, as you discharge your duties at your respective postings, I urge you to strive for team excellence rather than individual excellence. Then you should not ask me, are you against the individual excellence? No. Individual talents alone make the thing much easier. But when the individual talent will get appreciated and it will yield the best result when you create a team spirit among your team. It should complement each other. The individual efficiency and the team efficiency should complement each other rather than creating a contradictory with each other. That is where the real success. And what is the difference between the team spirit and group spirit? Team spirit will ultimately achieve the target. Team spirit will be always good. This group spirit, what is the problem is, my likes and dislikes will play a more important role than the talent. That is the difference between a group spirit and the team spirit. You have to take the entire team as a single identity. It will be very difficult, but it will yield better result with the ease of efforts. Nations and institutions are not built overnight. They are shaped through the sustained and collective effort. We are now in a rapid evolving world shaped by constant technological and scientific advancements. In such a dynamic environment, it is essential for you to continuously upgrade your skills, adapt to the changes, and to remain future ready to serve effectively as agents of transformation. The ICART Karma Yogi is an excellent platform for your capacity building anytime, anywhere. We have to allocate at least some time to equip ourselves, to improve our knowledge with the modern changes. Today, technology is a game changer, and it will serve as a useful tool for all of us in our own line of work. It can significantly ease our workload and enable faster, more efficient disposal of tasks. When I was young, I used to go to a typewriting institute 1 hour a day to learn the typewriting with the Remington or Alda machine. That all gone now. Nobody is going for any typewriting institute anymore. Over time, we shifted to computers and tablets, reflecting the steady march of technology. Now everybody is typing so easily than the previous typewriters. And now we have entered the age of AI and the other new emerging technologies. Today, as a chairman of the Rajya Sabha, I am leveraging digital platforms to conduct the House proceedings more effectively. We cannot keep away from the modern technological changes. For that, of course, we have to change the recruitment system. There are so many states, they never recruit, they have not changed their recruitment system even. to take technicians. Any degree, they can apply. That system is there. Any degree is good for the colonial mindset because they want only clerks. But one great change has come. Wherever I am going now, I am admiring it. Previously, BA Economics, BA History, BA English Literature are mostly participating in the civil service examinations. But today it is not the case. Many BTechs are coming. Two of my private secretaries when I was the governor are MBBS doctors. One of my secretary has saved one life when he was traveling from Ranchi to Delhi. A passenger got a sudden heart attack, but he attended it. And he saved him. And more agricultural scientists are getting in. That is a good change in our civil service, what it is today, and I am very proud of that. So we share our knowledge with each other. The specialization on a particular field can take place, and the knowledge and the experience can be shared among all of us. And in Rajya Sabha, with the support of Bhashini, parliamentary papers and debates are now available in multiple languages, bringing the governance closer to the citizens across the country. We are always harnessing AI-powered voice-to-text tools for interpretation, translation, and various other applications, ensuring quicker, smoother, and more efficient handling of the work of Rajya Sabha. So this type of modern scientific management should be introduced at every district level. Today, be ready for the future. We also need to embrace the newer technologies such as AI, natural language processing, machine learning, blockchain, etc. It offers opportunities for improving efficiency, transparency, and citizen service delivery. Previously, we used to shout, there are so many bogus ration cards. After computerizing everything, almost it is eradicated. Almost. There may be here and there, maybe 0.5% or below 0.5%, some mistakes may be there. But this is how the technology helps us. My dear officers, character and integrity are the very foundations of public service. Those who are straightforward will be always under pressure. But you just see the civil service officers who are sitting on these dais. They also have experienced the same thing. Obeying to the boss is different. Obeying to the pressure is different. I am not against obeying to the boss, but I am always against obeying to the pressure. Pressure is always for doing something we should not. Obeying to the boss is always taking the right guidelines from the boss. So I just want to quote the 2 lines from Tamil great poet Thiruvalluvar. Sirappu eenum selvamum eenum arathinungu aakamevano uyirku. This scroll emphasizes that righteousness, that is dharma, is the highest form of wealth. It brings material prosperity and also inner growth, dignity, and everlasting honor. You are exposed to competing pressures, complex situations, and difficult decisions, but still you can take the right decision. The willpower should be inside. The willpower should not be on the lips or the tongue. Those who are very strong inside, they will always take the right decisions. True leadership is not measured by power or position, but by the ability to act ethically even under most difficult situations. When you uphold the integrity, you ensure fairness, inspire the confidence, and strengthen the very fabric of governance. I'm happy to see growing trend of women in the civil services. A few decades ago, very few women were appointed as district magistrates or police commissioners. Even when they were, their presence was limited to just a handful. But today, the reality has changed significantly. I was just consulting with the Honorable Minister about the number of women entering the civil services. I am told that over the past decade, we have witnessed a remarkable shift. The share of women in civil services has risen from around 21% in 2016 to nearly 31% in 2025 examination, an encouraging and a meaningful transformation. I really appreciate the interest of the women, and they are going to contribute equally with the men, maybe more. In today's landscape, several women hold secretary-level positions. Civil services toppers are increasingly women. We have indeed come a long way. Even during my visit to various districts, I am pleased to see women officers serving as the police commissioners, collectors, and SPs. This progress stands as a powerful testament to Nari Shakti, where talent rises above stereotypes and a determination wins over every obstacle. What is the advantage? When there is a woman getting empowered, that will be always with a mother touch. Mother touch is the one that you can never forget in your life. It is not just a change in numbers, but a shift in the mindset. That is the most welcoming trend. It reminds us that when women are given equal opportunities, they do not just succeed, they redefine the meaning of success itself. I am hopeful that we will see similar transformation in the composition of the parliament and the state legislatures too in the future. Governance challenges are dynamic and constantly evolving. The issues and concerns over past decades are no longer the same today. For instance, with the rapid economic growth, the focus has increasingly shifted towards urban governance and the complexities that came with it. I am told that today there will be a panel discussion on role and effectiveness of civil services, an external perspective, and a plenary session on ethics and efficiency in civil services, along with the breakaway sessions on key areas such as farmers' issues, healthcare, sustainable livelihood, and accelerating India's net zero journey. We are going to discuss an enormous subjects which are more important, and it is a most diversified discussions are ahead of you from now. These will generate valuable insights for more effective governance. I commend the Honorable Minister and the Ministry for taking this thoughtful initiative to celebrate this occasion in such a meaningful manner. I really appreciate our Minister. This is not a ceremonious again. We have come, we have gone. That is not the aim. We have come, we have inspired, we have learned, we are going back to implement it in its real sense. That is the success story of this day today. That is what I personally feel, and I am very proud of it. I am looking forward to the positive outcomes of these panel discussions, and I will be seeing everything in tomorrow, day after tomorrow, in the newspapers and maybe in the electronic media also. Yes, I will be closely watching like other Indian citizens. Every year, 12 to 15 lakh students appear for the UPC examinations, as we all know, out of which only around 1,000 are finally selected. We are 140 crore people. How many are getting through these civil service examinations? It is a rare opportunity we got. God has blessed us so that we are very important personality of this country. We got an opportunity to serve. We have an opportunity to implement. We have an opportunity to plan. We have an opportunity to control the things on the right direction. But we have to remember one thing in mind all the time. With great power comes, that is great responsibility. Power never comes to you without responsibilities. You are representing the finest of our nation, and our Mother Bharat looks to your dedication, integrity, and service to shape a better future for all. As we are all talking about Viksit Bharat by 2047, Viksit Bharat 2047 cannot be achieved only by planning from Delhi. Whatever the good planning is coming up, whatever the changes to be made in that planning, all the things have to be taken into account, and you are the tool who are going to implement it at every level. My only humble request to all the collectors of the districts, you should take your subordinates into confidence. You should visit your block development offices, and you should have 1 or 2 interactions with them one-to-one, at least in 3 months once. To motivate them, you try to understand what is their difficulty and how far they have traveled, how far they have achieved, why they have not achieved. When you are interacting with your subordinates, they will get the confidence. When your seniors are interacting with you, you are getting the confidence. When you are interacting with your subordinates, they are getting the confidence. That is how the system can rotate. And our Honorable Prime Minister has dedicated Seva Tirth and Kartavya Bhawan to the nation. What it was the offices previously and what the office is today. We can see the thorough change. This thorough change should not be only in the buildings. It should be there in our inspiration. It should be there in our thinking. It should be there in our brain. It should be there in our thoughts. It should be there in our action. That means 2047 Viksit Bharat can come even before that. These Seva Tirth and Kartavya Bhawan are not merely symbols. They embody a deeper message, a message of unwavering commitment to the service, a strong sense of duty, and your spirit of samarpan to the nation. Unless we love the nation and the society, we cannot deliver the right things for longer time. Let all your service be remembered for the lives you have transformed in the remotest corner of our nation. Let it be reflected in every village reached, every grievances heard, and every citizen empowered. That is what is going to be the achievements of you. If you are one of the greatest civil servant, as the Vice President of India, can I increase your salary? No. No Prime Minister can, no President can, no Vice President can, no Governor can, no Chief Minister can. But you have to do the best of you. Why? Because you got a better opportunity to serve the poor. You got the better opportunity to serve the society. And you are with power. And the power, the benefits of that power should go to the common man. And with these words, through your work, let the true spirit of equality, dignity, and justice reach every common citizen of this country. And I wish you all every success in your every effort, and you should always come with impactful results. That is my prayer and wish. Thank you everyone. Jai Hind, long live Mother Bharat.
बहुत बहुत आभार माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय का उनके इस प्रेरक संबोधन के लिए। देवी सज्जनों, आप सभी से अनुरोध है, कृपया अपने अपने स्थान पर खड़े हों। राष्ट्रगीत और राष्ट्रगान के लिए आप सभी से अनुरोध है, प्लीज अराइज फॉर नेशनल सॉन्ग एंड नेशनल एंथम।
सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां जन मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
आभार आप सभी का देवियों सज्जनों। 18वें सिविल सेवा दिवस का ये उद्घाटन सत्र अब यहाँ संपन्न होता है। इसके तुरंत बाद हमारा पैनल डिस्कशन का सत्र आरंभ होगा, लेकिन उससे पहले हृदय से आभार माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय का उनकी गरिमामयी उपस्थिति के लिए और उनके प्रेरक मार्गदर्शन के लिए, उनके संबोधन के लिए। आभार माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी का। आभार माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय के प्रमुख सचिव डॉक्टर PK मिश्रा जी और प्रमुख सचिव द्वितीय श्री शक्तिकांत दास जी का। कैबिनेट सचिव महोदय डॉक्टर TB सोमनाथन जी का आभार। देवी सज्जनों, आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप कृपया अपने स्थान पर ही बैठे रहें। प्लीज रिमेन सीटेड एट योर रेस्पेक्टिव प्लेसेस।